So if you would have asked me a couple of years ago if I thought WordPress was slow, I would have said yes. I was making websites, so small business websites, doing the design, the development, and when clients would ask me to do maintenance or update their website for them, sometimes I'd log into these websites in like 2015, 2016, and they were unbearably slow. Like I would hate logging into them. Fast forward to now, so I wanted to make this quick video here to show people that if you are from that space, like, say 2015, 2016, and you still feel like WordPress is slow, I'm saying that I was in your position. I moved my whole WooCommerce website to a SaaS. Now I'm back on WordPress and I'm very happy with it, and a lot's changed. WordPress is a lot faster now, and I just want to make this video here to show you clicking around my website and give you an idea of just how much faster it is now, in case you are in that the group of people that feel like WordPress is still slow. So we're going to do a couple of things here. I'm going to click around on a staging website, show you some of the plugins that I use on a daily basis, and then some of the technologies that they're using, like React.js that they've integrated here. It's so much faster. So I'll show you guys that on my staging website. Now, obviously there's two sides to a website. You have the back end where we're going to be as website owners adding our content. Then we have the front end where, people are clicking around, browsing our website, adding products to their cart and so on. The front end, I'm not going to touch on it too much here. I'll link you to an article where I wrote out sort of the plugins that I'm using to speed up the front end. So I'll link that below. There's some plugins that I hadn't used before where they've made a big difference in speeding up my website that I've added recently. So definitely check out that article if you want to optimize your front end of your website. And this is just based on me not being a technological inclined, not being a hardcore developer. I can just go and install plugins and know my way around the plugins, and I sort of know what I'm trying to achieve, and I've managed to achieve, by configuring these plugins, a level of front-end optimization that I'm happy with. So I definitely recommend checking out that if you're not like a hardcore developer and you just want a fast website. That blog post below is written for you. So that's the front end. I'm going to link that below to a blog post where I wrote about that. This is specifically about the back end area. So let's first get into the back end here. So the biggest thing that's changed from when I was on WordPress in 2016 to 2017 to now is just this ability to go out and use things like React. So let's just say we're on the admin area here and we go into marketing or analytics. Let's just go to analytics, so overview. Okay, and now that's loaded. So what is changed here is back in the day when I was using WooCommerce, we didn't have these types of technologies where in the WordPress admin area, we can click and change data and then click update, and it all just reloads on the screen. It doesn't have to reload the page. So this is one of the reasons when I was growing my WooCommerce website in January 2017, these things didn't really exist, these technologies like React in the back end here. And so when I was dealing with a lot of orders in my WooCommerce website, and I had to go in every day and export the orders to fulfill them, it was actually, it was unbearable to do that. And so from then, dealing with all these problems, just trying to be like, I just want to have a fast install so I can export orders really fast, do customer service really fast, have an easy, to run business. Not having access to these actually saw me leave WooCommerce and go to a SaaS, because the SaaS, it loaded a lot faster and I was willing to pay a bit more money to just have things work smoother. And coming back to WordPress now and having these technologies here where it just loads instantly, where the page isn't reloading, these are the big differences that if you haven't used WordPress in quite a while, it's worth going back to WordPress and really getting familiar with what's changed, because these things here do make a massive difference to your website and the speed that you can go and edit and manage the content in your website. So that's an example there. It's just reloading without reloading the page there. If we go to products here, again, it's the same thing. It's just going to, inside WooCommerce, this is native WooCommerce now. It's just reloading things without, having to reload the page. And it makes a massive difference. So that's a big thing there, just in terms of WooCommerce. If you're running a WooCommerce website, you can just see it's just so much faster to load than back in the day. The next thing I want to show you is two plugins that I use religiously in my WooCommerce website. Again, this isn't just going to be about WooCommerce, but this is about, these plugins using these technologies that other plugins outside the WooCommerce ecosystem are also using now. So WordPress as a whole is using these faster load technologies. These examples are just ones that I use on a daily basis, and they happen to be WordPress because I use They happen to be WooCommerce because I have a WooCommerce website. So this plugin here, WooFunnels, allows you to build sales funnels inside WordPress. So basically, you can cancel ClickFunnels and do everything inside WordPress now. So when I was looking to do that, right, ClickFunnels, the admin area loads quite fast. It loaded a lot faster than WordPress back in the day. So I was hesitant to move away from ClickFunnels to WordPress if the admin area was going to be slow, because I need to build like funnels all the time. I just don't want to be dealing with a slow backend area. So I installed WooFunnels, and then I saw this. If we go to funnels, right, so here's a sales funnel, and I click add new, and this loads, and we're just going to do test and click add. You can see that it's not reloading the page. Yes, so now I'm building a funnel, and I might actually just import an entire funnel. So let's just go, we'll use Elementor, and let's just go down and find one that we like. So this one here, go import and go activate. Again, I'll leave links to all the plugins that I mentioned in this video in the description below. So now we have this here. Now I'm editing this sales funnel inside WordPress. So notice how the page isn't like reloading. It's just so fast to load now. So the ability for me to go out and do things inside WordPress is as fast as it would be if I was to pay extra to use a SaaS. And you know, I'm basically just trying to say I was using WordPress, I got over how slow it was, and then SaaSes were using things like Ruby on Rails and all these other languages that were just so much faster. And when you're running a business, time is money. We all know that. I moved away from WordPress because of this problem, and I'm basically saying that coming back to it, it just seems to be fixed because they're using these technologies that the SaaSes are using. So you can see clicking around here, it is just so much faster. Now the next plugin that I want to show you guys is Autonami. And it's by the same developers as WooFunnels, but this is like your CRM. So this is like your active campaign inside WordPress because it's coded by the same developers as WooFunnels. It really tightly integrates with WooCommerce. That's why I really like using it. But if we go up to here and we go to like automations, you can see the page isn't reloading. So if I go and let's add a new automation, test, add. See how I can basically do things. I can actually do things here faster than I could in Active Campaign because I hated their builder, especially their email designer. I don't understand why it's so bad. So if we go here, select something, so I'll go, when an order is, order status changes, so we'll go continue. So when it changes from any status to processing so that the payment is successful, what we're going to do is we're going to send an email. So send an email. And I'm not editing this right now. This is real time. And we're going to, you can use a drag and drop builder here to design it, but we're just going to send this to the email and we're going to say order receipt because I actually use this plugin for my order receipt. I use this for all my WooCommerce emails now. So I go hi, and then we can add a merge tag and we'll just add their first name. So hi first name, like this, that. Here is your receipt, like that. And then we'll add another merge tag that will output their order items, select, and we're going to the WooCommerce order summary, copy to clipboard, paste, and then thanks, just like that. So if we go down and we go generate preview, you can see that we've just made a custom WooCommerce order receipt email that gets sent to people after they make an order on our website. I pretty much built that as fast as I could in a SaaS. So this is a prime example that I'm showing you guys here of just how much faster WordPress has got over time and is recently. And I think, again, I'm not a hardcore developer, but basically I think what happened was Gutenberg, the new editor where you go and edit posts inside WordPress. So if we go and do that. So here, if we go add new post, and this plugin here is really good. It's called Folders. I definitely recommend anyone that's managing content in WordPress, check it out. I'll link that one below as well. But this editor, again, if you haven't logged into WordPress, the editor's changed quite a bit. And if you are still using the classic editor, I definitely recommend just forcing yourself to learn this, because I was using classic editor. I switched over to this and I actually really like Gutenberg. But here, when we're writing a test blog post like that, let's just say we're writing this. So this is a paragraph. My computer's lagging a little bit, I think, because I'm recording my screen. But if you go like this, and then we'll go image, just do a / to do a block like this, like that. And we'll do that. And click select. And now that's in there. So the technology that's using this is a language called React.js. Again, I need to say that I'm not a developer, so I don't know specifically what it is. But basically, WordPress decided to use React.js, which is a language I think Facebook brought out. Basically just makes this really fast here. And because it's in core WordPress, now plugin developers can leverage React.js to build their interfaces and plugins, and that's why it's faster here. And I think over time we're going to see a lot more plugins utilizing the ability to use React.js and technologies like that. And so these just interfaces in WordPress that the plugins are using is just going to act like a SaaS, and you're going to get the speed of like building a website using Shopify or something like that. You can just see it's just so much easier, and it allows you to better manage your website to the point where basically everything inside the one platform, as fast as a SaaS, with the benefits of WordPress. It's literally a no-brainer for me. The more that I see plugins doing that sort of stuff with these newer technologies, the more inclined I am to start using those plugins, because again, when you're editing the website, you don't want to be at the position where you just can't be bothered to update something on your website because you just know that it's going to take too long. You really need these things loading fast. And basically what I'm trying to say is that I feel like WordPress is so much faster than it used to be, to the point where if you haven't used it for a while, I'd highly recommend checking it out. So this is going to lead me into my upcoming content, which is going to be helping people make WordPress websites, and more about helping entrepreneurs go out and do things themselves using WordPress, so you don't need to pay a developer to do it for you. So you don't need to specify specifications with a developer and have the time to go and do that with them, and then have them do the work, and then you review it, and there's things weren't met exactly how you needed to do, and then backwards and forwards. As somebody that's trying to run an online business, I want to put out content to teach you how to do these things yourself in WordPress, so you can actually go and do it then and there, get it exactly the way that you want it, and not have to pay somebody to do it, and so you can do it faster. So that's the content that I'm going to be putting out in 2022. So if you like the sounds of that and you want to learn how to do things yourself using WordPress for your online business, definitely subscribe, because that's exactly the content that I'm going to be putting out in 2022. I hope you found this useful. I hope you, if you're on the fence about WordPress being too slow, this answers your question that it's so much faster because of these new technologies coming into these plugins. And what I would recommend you do next is check out this video here, where I go through the goal of 2022 for me and how I plan to make $4,706 per month by the end of this year, because it's a challenge and you can follow along and do it yourself if you are looking to make extra money online. So that's that video here. I'll end this video now. I'll see you guys in that video.